Hi everybody, this is JL. Welcome to my channel, Not Too Shabby Chic. I'm popping in for a quick video, kind of like a commercial. I have posted, as many of you may have seen if you are my friend on Facebook, I have posted several listings, 5 to be exact, of vintage 1890s era, circa, whatever you want to say that, cabinet cards that I obtained from a estate sale from someone who was a collector. I did one video where I showed you most of the children and babies cards. So I've started listing them to be sold. I have scanned and have probably 7 or 8 listings for the digitals that you can print out, put it on heavy chipboard, and it'll look exactly like the original when you finish. I'll try to do a tutorial for that upcoming. I can't say exactly when. So anyway, without further ado, I wanted to go through the 5 that I have listed so that you can see them close up and personal. In addition, I obtained a lot. I haven't even counted, of these vintage 1890s photo albums. This is the small size. You can see it's about the size of my hand. This one's about 4 and 3/4 by 6. 4 and 3/4, 6. I have a lot of these, and then I have the large 9 by 12 ones. They are gorgeous. They need new spines or to be reinforced. A lot of them don't have the spines anymore. Look at this one though. Look at the edging. That's gold leaf with the flowers etched in there. This is one of my favorites. I'm not sure I'll sell this one because I love it. And the locks on some work still where you close it. Metal antique gold closure. Some of them have working mechanisms and some do not. This one does, and you can see it's come loose from the cover, which is fine because when I make a journal out of it, I won't need this, but I will use some of these pages. This is the inside page, and then it's upside down. All of these have the same hole, so this could be one of those little tunnel books like Yvonne Russell makes. But this one came in 2, but there were pictures obviously in here, and these would be great for junk journals, vintage journals. So this is just one. I wanted to quickly show you that I love this cover, and especially these pages. They're just fabulous. I'm not sure how I will incorporate these into a journal, because once I take those apart, I'll lose all of that. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm kind of uncertain on that. But anyway, first let's start with number 1 instead of number 5. First I have vintage 1890s. This is what the listing is called. Cabinet cards, men and women, number 1. This one's $38, and you get 13 original cabinet cards. And I throw in 2 to 3 extras that are really worn. That may be what I've got them every which way. So let's just start. This is the first one. I've got lots of men, more men than I do anything else. And that's the back. So you can see they're in excellent shape. I do have quite a few that are not in excellent shape. So I'm throwing some of those in, and I may sell those in a big lot here and there, less expensive, but they all cost me the same. This is another one. That gorgeous. I'm trying not to comment too much, just showing them to you. And there's the back of that card. I mean, this is pristine. And there's the back of that card. The ones that have the full pretty backs are a little more expensive than the photographers that didn't put those full backs. I'm doing a mixture of both. So this one I have as a digital that you can buy for $4. I've scanned all of these, and you can print them out and make your own. And then I'm selling this actual set. And I will link below from my Etsy shop. Isn't that bride gorgeous? And this is a mint green, which you don't see often, and it's etched, which the photographer's name. Here's another mint green. This one's a little brighter. Isn't she pretty? I just love these cards, y'all. It's hard for me to let them go, but I need to make back my investment and try to make a little profit. Now these are some of the worn ones that I'm just throwing in. These are not included in the digital set, just in the tangible set. It's 2 of those. And then we got, I love Grandma. I started to keep her. I love her. But I did scan her so I can create her. She's like, I think, my favorite of this whole set. So that is number 1. And I'll have my listing. These normally sell, you know, like online, or if you go to an antique store. These would be anywhere in this condition, $4 to $10 each. It just depends on who's selling them and, you know, where you can find them. These are 4x6 size. All of these that I'm selling right now, a little over 4. As you can see, some of them have etching and some do not. So that one's just a little over 4 by 6.5 actually. So they're a little bigger than 4 by 6, but that's close to what they are. So that's number 1. And all of them will have the same name but a different number. Now we're coming up on number 2. This lady, it looks just mad. And she's mad that she was made to take her picture. Oh, sorry. There's a glare. Their hairstyles. I just try to imagine the stories and the lives that these people led and who their families are. I love this woman. She is so stately and sophisticated looking to me. And her name was Mary Jane Warford Lovelace. Wonder if she's related to the people that own the Lovelace Cafe. She could have been. And on my camera, they're not as clear, but in person, they're not blurry. This is Aunt Samantha Watson, aunt of this person's dad, whoever that was. The wedding photo, bride and groom. I don't have a lot of these, but I have tried to include 1 in each set of these, then I won't have any more. This one's really unique. As you can see, there's a little lip right here. He's padded. See that little lift? So he's kind of 3D-ish sticking up. Maybe that was the way they did 3D. But I love this card. I almost kept it and decided to let it go. I can't keep everything. She's very pretty. I love the backs. You can use the backs by themselves. And you can scan these and sell them as digitals or use them to make something, because obviously they're way before any copyrights were around. think this one's a freebie, an extra. This one's an extra because it had some torn. The picture is good, but it had some messed up edging. So I've included this as a freebie. But it's a beautiful picture. Mr. and Mrs. Calhoun, Wichita, Kansas. Some of them write who they are, and then this was a faded one that I included as a freebie. So that's number 2. Vintage photos, 1890s cabinet cards, men and women, number 2. Here's number 3. There's the back of that one for the photographer. And that was Maud Preston. There's your grandma. And the etching and the gold leaf on the edges, or whatever that is, gold gilding. It's beautiful. He's a handsome fella. And his name was G.O.H. Struckenberg. Something called Switzerland, Europe. But there's the back of the card, and they wrote on who he is. This is Louis Rolfe. This poor lady. She had a pretty bow on her neck. Love this one. He looks like he'd be like a farmer, and he's got his little dog asleep in the chair. This one has some etching on the edges. This is a wedding photo. This is pink. Some of them had pink backgrounds and pink on the edges, which is really cool. You don't see that very often, or that mint green. Look at that, how interesting that is. Scrolling. And it's got the etching, scallops. This one was a freebie because I couldn't get it to scan right because of that bright light. This one's very faded, but it's a freebie. Well, you're getting them really cheap because I'm selling these 2 sets. Are like, this one's getting 3 freebies, I think. And counting the freebies, you're getting between 13 and 16 cards for $38 in this set. So set number 3 is either, well, if there were, see, I don't remember how many. Let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, these are 15. So the 15 packs are $40, $2 more than the 13s. So the next 3 have between 15 and 18 cards. The $38 packs have between 13 and 16. These are counting the freebies. I'm not including in the price. This is number 4, and I started including some kids here and there, and that's a little boy, but they dress their little boys in kilts or skirts a lot. I just love him. There's the photographer. These are brothers, I would imagine. I think he's got hairdo with wings on the side. Here's Grandpa. He's got a gray and white beard, or a black and white beard. Can't really tell. Here's Grandma. I love her too. Sweet couple vignette, and this is etched, so you can't see it real well. Embossed or etched, or whatever you want to call it. So a young man. Sweet girl. This is an older couple. And this couple sponsored several people from Germany, according to this. It's Henry Peters, sister of August Denninger, Lillian's father, Myron's granddad. They sponsored August Denninger in Nebraska, who came from Germany. And this is pink. You can't tell it on the front much. So that's a little history on them, so I like that. Here's a bride and groom. One with the etching on the edges. It's the back. Another little boy. Isn't he cute? This was interesting. The back side of two boys, and it's pink. This is a freebie. It's like a picture of him and a painting of her. And this is a frame that's got a raised pattern all over it. Lurie and first husband, Spencer. This one's kind of faded, but you can still make it out pretty good to use in your journals. And they're, you know, like I said, pretty heavy duty. And then this one has some scratches on it, so I was throwing it in. So as you see, you got quite a few for $40. And that's about what I'm selling these for. And I have tons more to do, but I just wanted to do this little video to show you what you'll be getting. And last but not least is set number 5. That's a freebie. This one's a freebie. 2 children. It's very dirty on the back. This one's a freebie. And it has the there. These, I have a few of these, just different leaf shapes around the guys. So they're real interesting. Here's a grandma. Some pink. You can see a lot of them had similar hairdos. There's a couple. This one's got a pink background to the front of it. This looks like 2 brothers. That's etched, so you can barely see that. That's the back. Here's a grandpa. He's an interesting character. Like light pink there. Here's a gang of boys. The one on the far left has a black eye. This lady looks very stately to me. She's very pretty. Pink. Here's a couple of siblings. I think. I don't really know, but I'm imagining. This is a couple. Another couple. She's one of the few I've seen smiling. Most of them do not smile. And he is just tickles me. So that's that set. Again, $40. And that sets 1 through 5. That's all I have separated at the moment. And then for those who can't spend $40, and that includes shipping, by the way, I have some others I'm going to scan and do today. And you get a set of 6 for $18. So this is one of the sets. So brother and sister, I think. That looks like 2 brothers. Isn't that interesting? The way the matting is, and pink on the back, and it's got the gold edging. It's a bride and groom. And grandma and grandpa. And it's got the edged kind of look there. This is Mrs. Ed Miller, Hamilton City. written on the back. So I'll have several groupings of 6 that'll have one set of siblings or 2 or a child, a woman, a man, couple, and grandparents, or it'll just have other couples. So that's kind of gives you an idea of what those will look like. 6 for 18. So thank you for coming to my channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. There'll be more to come as I weed through quite a bit. I will link all of my Etsy shops below in the description box. Thank you so much. I love you and know you are loved. Have a blessed day. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.